Welcome to the best movie and TV news. Things are getting exciting again. An actor from Stranger Things is on board for the new Rambo movie. The third season of the Lord of the Rings series is set to premiere sooner than expected. The first trailer for Clayface is here. And Ryan Reynolds speaks out about the future of Deadpool. That and much more, now in the KinoCheck news. New cast member for John Rambo. David Harbour joins the prequel. The Stranger Things star will play Rambo's commanding officer, Major Trautman. In the original films, Trautman served as a mentor of sorts to Rambo. He was portrayed by Richard Crenna in those films. Sylvester Stallone is only involved as an executive producer this time around. Instead, we'll see Noah Centineo as a young John Rambo. The prequel takes place before the 1982 original and shows how Rambo became the man we know from later films. Jalmari Helander is directing, and he's best known for his Sisu action films. Now, it's been a while since the last installment in the Rambo series. Last Blood was released in 2019. Are you looking forward to the new Rambo movie? We're eager to hear your thoughts. Fans of the Lord of the Rings series have something to look forward to. Season 3 is set to premiere sooner than expected. The new episodes are scheduled to debut on Prime Video later this year. Previously, it was generally assumed that the series wouldn't return until 2027. However, a source close to the production has now revealed to The Hollywood Reporter that it's set to start sooner. The first details about the plot are already out. The third season is set several years after the events of Season 2, at the height of the War of the Elves and Sauron. It's also confirmed that we'll see the return of characters like Galadriel, Sauron, and Elrond. We're already excited. Will you be watching the new season of The Lord of the Rings: The Rings of Power? We look forward to your comments. It's finally here, the first Clayface trailer. The focus is on the eponymous Batman villain, and it's already clear. The movie is going to be pretty creepy. Will it live up to fans' expectations? In any case, the trailer is going over well. The enthusiastic comments prove it. We're already looking forward to seeing it in theaters. This week also saw the release of the long-awaited Michael Jackson biopic. The film is sparking heated debate. For the makers of the new Scary Movie film, this is a gold mine. To coincide with the theatrical release of Michael, a new Scary Movie trailer was released, featuring an unrestrained parody of the King of Pop. You can find the latest trailers in our free KinoCheck app. Just download it and stay up to date. The official US release date for the Elden Ring movie has been revealed. It hits theaters on March 3rd, 2028. But that's not all. The cast has also been announced. Kit Connor had already been rumored to be one of the lead actors. Now his casting has been officially confirmed. Other stars include Kaylee Spaney, known from Alien Romulus. Nick Offerman and Ben Whishaw are also on board. Whishaw, among others, made a name for himself as Q in the James Bond films. The Elden Ring movie is a live-action adaptation of the fantasy video game of the same name. Game of Thrones creator George R.R. Martin is also involved in the popular source material. Alex Garland is writing the screenplay and directing the film adaptation. Garland most recently served as the writer for the 28 Years Later films. We're eagerly awaiting his Elden Ring adaptation. Will there be another Deadpool movie? Ryan Reynolds has now spoken out about the future of his Marvel character. The good news: he's apparently open to more Deadpool appearances. The bad news: a new solo movie seems unlikely. In the future, we'll likely see Deadpool more as a supporting character. At least if Ryan Reynolds has his way. The actor assumes that Deadpool won't be the focus of another movie. Rumors are currently circulating that Deadpool might appear in Avengers Doomsday. However, these are merely unconfirmed speculations. We'll have to wait and see what happens with Deadpool. We think Ryan Reynolds is always good for a surprise. Who knows? Maybe there will be another solo movie after all. The wait is finally over. The director of I Am Legend 2 has been confirmed. Stephen Caple Jr. will helm the project. The filmmaker had already been considered the frontrunner. He most recently made a name for himself as the director of Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. Francis Lawrence directed the 2007 film adaptation of I Am Legend. Will Smith is reportedly set to star in the sequel to the post-apocalyptic film. And the same goes for Michael B. Jordan, who's already worked with Stephen Caple Jr. Jordan played the lead role in Caple Jr.'s film Creed 2. A sequel to I Am Legend has been in the works for years. A release date has still not been set. so we'll just have to be patient just a little longer. Exciting news for Spider-Man fans. Spider-Noir is set to just be the beginning. Co-showrunner Oren Uziel revealed more alternative versions of Spider-Man are currently in the works. Now, he didn't want to reveal much more than that, so it's unclear which characters are involved. But as previously reported, Spider-Punk and Spider-Gwen are set to get their own spin-off. We're excited to see what other Spider-Man alternatives await us in the future, and we'll keep you updated. Uziel also spoke about the future of Spider-Noir. The series is set in the 1930s, and now the showrunner has revealed that future seasons could also take place during World War II. First, however, we'll have to wait and see how the first season is received. And the wait is almost over. Spider-Noir premieres on May 27th on Prime Video. Now it's official. Michael B. Jordan and Austin Butler are the stars of the new Miami Vice movie. The film's title has also been confirmed, Miami Vice 85. This makes one thing clear. We're heading back to the 80s, and thus to the era of the original series. In terms of content, the reboot is inspired by the original Miami Vice pilot episode, and the first season also serves as inspiration. In Joseph Kosinski's film, Jordan takes on the role of Ricardo Tubbs. Butler plays Sonny Crockett. Just like in the series, the two police detectives work undercover. Back then, the two were portrayed by Philip Michael Thomas and Don Johnson. There was already a first film adaptation of Miami Vice 20 years ago. In Michael Mann's film, Jamie Foxx and Colin Farrell played the lead roles. So, how will the new stars fare? We'll find out on August 6, 2027. That's when Miami Vice 85 hits theaters. Leatherface is set to strike fear into hearts once again. A reboot of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is currently in the works, and a director has already been tapped. Curry Barker is taking the helm of this remake of the horror classic. The director is currently making a name for himself with the highly acclaimed horror film Obsession. His adaptation of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is set to be a reinterpretation of the 1974 original. Further details about Barker's vision have not yet been revealed. By the way, in addition to the film, a Texas Chainsaw TV series is also currently in development. The future of Leatherface certainly looks bright. New addition to the Batman 2. Game of Thrones actor Charles Dance is currently in talks for the sequel. Apparently, he's set to play Harvey Dent's violent father. Sebastian Stan is set to play the son. In the comics, Harvey Dent becomes one of the most famous supervillains in the Batman universe, Two-Face. In the second installment of The Batman, Robert Pattinson will once again portray Bruce Wayne. Jeffrey Wright returns as Jim Gordon. Colin Farrell is back as the Penguin. And it was recently announced that Andy Serkis is once again on board as Alfred Pennyworth. Additionally, Scarlett Johansson is set to star this time around, and Matt Reeves returns to direct. We can hardly wait for The Dark Knight's comeback, but we'll have to be patient. The film is set to hit theaters on October 1st, 2027. Top Gun 3 is a done deal with Tom Cruise. But one question has remained unanswered. Will director Joseph Kosinski return as well? Now it seems the decision has been made. According to Puck News, Kosinski is not on board. Apparently, he doesn't have the time needed for Top Gun 3. He's currently focusing on a film adaptation of Miami Vice. Top Gun 3 has been in development for a while now. Aaron Kruger joined the project as a writer 2 years ago. He was also involved in the screenplay for Top Gun Maverick. In 1986, Tom Cruise first appeared in the role of top pilot Pete Mitchell. 36 years later, he returned for the sequel Top Gun Maverick, and the film grossed nearly $1.5 billion at the box office. A massive success. So expectations for Top Gun 3 are correspondingly high. What do you think of this week's news? What caught your interest the most this time? And what would you like to learn more about? We're eager to hear your thoughts, and we'd love it if you gave us a like. Thanks for your support, and see you next time. The KinoCheck team. And in case you missed it, here's more news that will pique your interest. The trailer for Avengers Doomsday was revealed at CinemaCon. The scenes haven't been released to the public yet, but no worries, we're going to explain to you what US media reports say was shown. The trailer opens with the founder of the X-Men, Professor Xavier. He's inside the X-Mansion, which is in ruins. Then, Dr. Doom appears without his mask, which means that we can see former Iron Man actor Robert Downey Jr. in the role of supervillain Victor Von Doom. He announces a disaster that cannot be stopped. Several familiar Marvel characters then appear, including Ben Grimm, aka The Thing. The Fantastic Four heroes attempt to forge an alliance with Wakanda. On the other hand, things get heated between Shang-Chi and Gambit, who engage in a duel. Gambit is again played by Channing Tatum. Meanwhile, Rebecca Romijn reprises her role as the shapeshifter Mystique from the first X-Men movies. She engages in a fight with Thunderbolt's protagonist Yelena, but the highlight is likely to be the battle between Thor and Doom. Here, Doom's power becomes clear. When the villain is attacked, he manages to stop Thor with a mere hand gesture. The mighty god of thunder is clearly afraid. But at the end of the trailer, he experiences a pleasant surprise, the return of Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, who immediately grabs Thor's legendary hammer. Sounds exciting? We think so too, and we're already looking forward to Doomsday in theaters. The new actor for Aragorn has finally been confirmed. Jamie Dornan will replace Viggo Mortensen in The Lord of the Rings: The Hunt for Gollum. But that's not all. Additional main cast members were also announced at CinemaCon. As we've known for a while, Gollum will be played by Andy Serkis, who will also take on directing duties. Now it's been officially confirmed that Ian McKellen will return as Gandalf and Elijah Wood as Frodo, while Lee Pace will reprise his role as Thranduil. New to the cast is Kate Winslet, who will play the role of Marigold. Leo Woodall had previously been rumored as possible actor for Aragorn, but now we know he's indeed part of the Hunt for Gollum, but not as Aragorn. Instead, he'll play Halvard. In taking on the role of Aragorn, Jamie Dornan has big shoes to fill. Viggo Mortensen's portrayal of the character was highly praised, so expectations for Dornan are likely to be enormous. What do you think? Is he the right choice for the role? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments below. The theatrical release of Spider-Man Brand New Day is getting closer, and to build excitement, 2 posters were unveiled at CinemaCon. One shows a close-up of Spider-Man. In the eye of the masked superhero, the face of Zendaya as MJ is reflected. The second poster teases an upcoming battle between Spider-Man and several ninjas, who will likely belong to the organization The Hand. CinemaCon attendees were also shown a clip in which Peter Parker gets his heart broken. When he runs into MJ at a party, she kisses someone else. The new boyfriend is played by Aman Esfandi, whom we already saw in the trailer for Brand New Day. Whether Peter Parker can overcome his heartbreak will be revealed in cinemas soon. Spider-Man Brand New Day opens on July 31st, 2026. We can hardly wait.